everybody, it's Alicia from Adventures of Stitching, and I am back with you for my September update with progress on WIPs, and I have one finish. So I know it's late. I seem to be getting a little more into every month to update the last month, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, you know, life gets away from you. I thought things were gonna slow down a little bit. It's not. So apparently the whole fall transition into slow time doesn't apply to my life. And if you don't know, we do auto body repair at on our property. We have a shop here, and it's like a family business. And then I'm also working for another family member to help paint on rental properties. So as people move out, we move in and do a lot of updates and painting. And so I've been busy with that because we've had a like onslaught of those opening up, some units. So from that, it's been hard. So October so far has been crazy busy, but in a way that's a good thing, right? You know, I'm not bored. But the sad part is stitching's definitely suffering. I think I had a good September. So I'm going to, I guess first off, I will tell you, I have 2 projects that are not with me. My life is so random. I've left a lot of things back in Florida since we're actually going back down there soon. So I thought instead of lugging everything back and forth, I'll bring some, leave them there. And then when we came back here, I was like, okay, now I'm missing some other random projects, but it doesn't really matter. I have enough to keep me busy. So I have about 10 projects that I worked on in September. I've been focusing more on a select few, and that's been keeping me more sane. So I think what's been working for me is having higher goals and work on things a little bit more like focus wise. But I have enough variety still going that it's not boring. I'm not getting weighed down, and I have a focus project and I have a daily 30 now. And I think it's been a while since people have talked about daily 30s. So what they are is just a project you pick on. I think it started out as a project you want to finish, but you basically just pick a project you want to work on. You put 30 minutes into it every single day, and that's it, maximum. I cheat on that a lot. A lot of times I'm like, I can't stop now, and I keep going. It's 40 minutes later, but hey, you know, more progress the better, right? So there's one designated for that now. I'm hoping to have more time soon so I can have 2 of them. I really like the whole 30-minute time slot because I can sit down, do that, and then when I'm done with it, I can get up and get stuff done. And then when I have another opening, I can sit down and stitch some more. So other than my focus piece, which takes precedent, like of any time that I have, that usually gets first off. So very long intro today, guys. And if I seem a little bit off, it's just because it's fall and it, for some reason, is not my season. I talked about this last year too. It's just, it leaves me feeling very sentimental, and I get introspective. So if I seem a little down, it's because summer's over and that's my favorite season and I'm mourning the loss. So, but everything is good here. Life is good right now. So I guess I will start off with my finish, which, you know, some of you could be guessing right now, and you could probably be right because you know I was focusing on this. I'm sorry if you hear packaging. Right, it is Tea Time by Lily Violette, and I nicknamed him Sherduck Holmes, or Sherduck for short. This is on 14 count, and I think it's a rustic. I don't think it's oatmeal. I really think this is rustico or something like that. But that's it. That's the finish. I need to find a hoop. I haven't measured it. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. I love him. My friends are all like, oh, he's dapper. I was like, yeah, I mean, what else can you expect from a duck that solves crime? But it's so cute. I have a mistake, but I'm not going to point it out because if you can't tell, then why would I show you? And then I almost changed the colors because even in person, this is hard to see, but this is white right there. But you know what? I don't really care. It was just a real quick stitch, and when it's in the frame, you're gonna just see everything else. And that's okay. I don't need to see the white. But I probably should have changed the colors. I just got lazy. So that's a 2/1 full cross, I think. And it went pretty quick. It was easy. I liked it a lot. So hang on one second. Husband's doing some landscaping. I was trying to have the window open. It's so nice out there, but that's not gonna work. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on the types of hoops to use when you're finishing, or a tutorial that someone has for finishing in a hoop. I've never done that before, and I know it has to be pretty easy because you're basically doing that to stitch. You've got it in a frame, but I'm not really sure what the back situation is supposed to look like. So if you have any ideas or tips for me, please comment below. I would love to have that information before I get going and start winging it on my own, because that's what I tend to do, I guess. So I wing everything. Like, I'll figure it out. That's not how you do things to get things perfect, but it's how you go, it's good enough. I don't know. Somehow I'm a perfectionist that cuts corners. I don't know how that works, but whatever. We're going with it. The next project I have to share is called Sweetheart Cove. It is a Thomas Kincaid, unlicensed. I won't be sharing a link for it, but it's Mickey and Minnie. Oh, it's so dirty because it's old. This one I think I'm at 41%. I don't have exact percentages, but I know I'm at 41 something. I did 7,879 stitches in September, and I've added 2 since then, so it's not going to be accurate for what it's showing, but here's where I'm at. Hopefully it's not too wrinkled. I'm obviously working over here. I got to them. I got to the main character of the whole piece. I was a little worried with their faces. So anyways, here's the whole thing, just to give you perspective. When I finished over here, I just went back down over here and I did this page, and then right at the top of his ears is another page, and then his feet are the beginning of the last page. So their faces, I was a little worried about the colors and how they were shaping up, and I know this happens to every stitcher. When they get to the face, they're like, what is going on here? I'm still not super happy with it, even after all the color is in, but I don't like her nose face. He's turned out okay. That I can handle that. I can deal with that. But I don't like her shadow. Like, shouldn't there be another color to transition the highlight to the shadow? I don't know. But from back here, you're not gonna notice. It doesn't matter. But I'm loving how far I am in this. Got some threads on the back just hanging out there, hitching a ride. But I'm loving how much I have done, guys. Like, I think I'm gonna hit 50% before the end of the year at this rate. So obviously I'm gonna work down to the bottom page, and then I'll start back up over here and go down again. I think I'm really liking that. I don't know what else to say. This is on 25 count opalescent. I do not recommend opalescent fabric for full coverage, but that's another topic. It's just the shiny threads are plastic and they're kind of hard to get through with a needle. It's 2/1/10 stitch. This is my daily focus piece. So I'm trying to get 400 in on it, which, you know, doesn't take that long because it's 10 stitch. And it seems like the confetti is actually pretty good for this piece. I like this chart. The charting is nice. So that's been good, and I've been keeping up with it. So that makes me even more excited because I'm actually sticking with it, and I'm like, this is working. Okay, we're just gonna keep going with it. So there's that one. The next one, I didn't do very much. I did 561 stitches over the whole month, and it's because I wasn't really feeling it. So this is Sunset in Venice, the mini. I think this is a Dominic Davison. I'm not positive. Somebody refresh me here. But here it is. I've been going more cross country by color. The diagonal was not working. I mentioned that before. On this particular piece, a lot of the lines go straight up and down, and so on a diagonal, it just doesn't get me. So, yeah. This is at like 2.5%, I think. I'm at, sorry, I'm looking down and I'm having a hard time reading my writing. I'm at 1,916 stitches out of 75,075 stitches. And this is on a fabric flare because that's what I learned is the company that puts the print on the front and leaves it blank on the back like it's printed on. But I did that just because I wanted something kind of exciting to look at while I was stitching, because yeah, it's all gonna get covered up eventually. There's gonna be a story at the end about some of my whips, and some of you are going to be very mad at me for a while, but it's not for good. I promise. Oh boy, I already have this set up for the next part and I didn't get it out of the hoop. But the next piece is the Wind in the Willows Sal, Pain Free Crafts Mystery Sal, from 2022. Yeah, wow, time flies. I'm way behind. I just finished part 3, and some of you are going to be very excited about this because this feels like a finish to me. That was a lot of stitches. In September, I put in 1,200-ish stitches because it's a lot of fractionals and a lot of back stitching. Ooh, I don't actually have to take it out of the hoop. I'm not going to show you the whole piece this time. You kind of probably, if you've watched me for a while, you get the general idea of where this guy is at. So what I'm going to do, wrangle my fabric. It's a lot of fabric. This thing is huge. This is a 32 count Jobelin. And I'm doing it 2/2. Full cross except for when it calls for fractionals. But I got Toad done. He's finished. So in September, I kind of got 2 finishes, except this thing is gonna have 9 more parts, 8 or 9 more parts. But look at him, he's so cool. Don't look too closely to my back stitching. This is kind of my first piece that I've had this much to do, and I could tell I was a novice. I was like, whoa, this is not laying down the way I feel like it should, but it works. Look at him, he's so cute. I love his little driving gloves and goggles. Oh, so much fun. So this will be my daily 30 coming up soon. Here, a couple days, I think I'll start in on my daily 30 again. I did kind of take a week off because of how busy I was, so I was basically just getting some Mickey stitching in. So this was my actual daily 30 for the last part of the month of September. Okay, so Wind in the Willows was my daily 30 for the first half of the month, and then when I got that done, I focused on my Arctic Animals from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's a mystery sal that's active right now. They are up to like part 6 or something ridiculous, and I'm still at the beginning 2 or 3 parts. But I don't care. I'm in it for the fun of it, not for keeping up with it. So here I am. I got part 2 done. That's Mr. Walrus. And this is on, sorry, my cat is everywhere right now. Hey, why don't you get down? Come on. Sorry. This is on Mystic by Picture This Plus. It's an 18 count Ada, I believe. So there's the walrus. There we go. So there's 2 different browns in there, and it works in real life. You can kind of get a bit of a shadow of his little skin wrinkles. He's so cute and chubby. This is so much fun. It's just big enough to make you feel like you accomplished something, and small enough to make you feel like you can accomplish it. So part 3 is next. I'm not sure if that's the puffins or the caribou, but it's next. And I will do, I'll try to do that for the second half of October. We'll see how I do with the pain-free craft style, because I might be just feeling that. Now my cat's sitting on my project bags for the next projects I have to show. And she's just settled in. Come on, let's show the people how cute you are. Look at her. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Oh, she's purring. She's not really annoyed. Maybe she's a little annoyed. She's like, what? All right, so maybe she'll walk away now that I bothered her. The next project is, did I tell you her name was Winnie? Just, some of you are probably going to ask, so I thought I'd say. Okay, I'm back. What was I saying? Oh, The Last Supper. The Last Supper story keep from Heaven and Earth Designs. I think it's on 27 count Lugana. I'm this far, but like I was saying, it's grainy and dark, and I'm just not super happy with it. And I figured I've been UFOing projects throughout the year, and this one's just not doing it for me. I don't know. I'm just not super happy. So it's gonna go in timeout for a long time, and then if I feel the same later, it's gonna definitely be nixed. So I did 300 stitches on that, and it's 6% along. I think that's all you need to know right now. It's 2 over 1/10 stitch. It goes pretty quickly. It's just, I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna have, I don't know why my brain's not working right now. I have pictures I'm gonna be sharing, and I was just looking around for the cover photo of this, and I realized actually I put the pictures in, so I don't need to look for it. The next project is my Precious Moments piece. It's called on Our Way to the Chapel or something. I just shortened it to Chapel. This one actually got a lot of work this month too. So last month in September I got 500 stitches, and this month I think I've already put 400 or 500. So I think from last month you can just say like I did that, and this month I did this. But there we are. This has been so easy. I've actually figured out, ooh, it's blowing out. What is the sun doing? There you go. I've actually figured out I can stitch on this in the car. I usually can't stitch in the car. It drives me insane because of all the bumps and not being able to hit my target with the needle. But this is 14 count, and it's block stitching basically. So I'm able to just go with it, and since it's a paper pattern, I don't have to worry about bringing my tablet. So it's been kind of fun to take in the car, and I just sort of whip out a strand here and there, and I get things done. So that's kind of been nice. So this one might be a finish this year. Who knows? We'll see. A kitty. I thought you left. You're lucky, you're cute. My goodness. The last project I'm sharing with you is a restart. I can actually share what it was on before. This is Hummingbird. It's from Light Unicorn Designs. I don't know which way's up. Okay, I think it's this way. I was doing it on this fabric. And it's beautiful fabric. I love this color. The pattern does not love this color. It just, I don't know how to get the glare. Why is it blowing out? There we go. Anyways, so this is 28 count. Now I was doing 2/110 stitch, but the way that this pattern goes, it's not lending itself to 10 stitch, unfortunately. So instead, actually I'll show you. I bought this fabric, and in the picture, and everyone knows fabrics show up differently on pictures, but here's proof. This I thought was coming and it was going to be a lovely peach. And I thought, peach, that's gonna look so cute as a background. I forgot to say, the reason I also didn't want this is the blue blends in with the blue. It's really hard for me to see. So that was making it not so fun either. So I wanted something that had more contrast. So I bought this fabric and I thought it was peach. When it came, and it's not even showing up, it's showing up tangerine. I'm telling you what, guys, this is pumpkin orange. It's beautiful. I love it. It's not gonna work for this hummingbird. It's not what I had envisioned. There we go, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's bright orange. But let me know if you think of any patterns that you think would look good on this. I know anything fall or Thanksgiving. I'm not a Halloween stitcher, but Thanksgiving or autumn would be really fun. Probably even a summer pattern, but if you can think of even like Mirabilia, it's probably big enough for Mirabilia. It's 20 count Aida and it's a fat quarter. So like if it's for one of those, it's like that. What is a fat quarter anyways? 13 by 18, 20? No, that's an eighth. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know the dimensions of anything. But what I ended up doing was I had this blush pink Aida that I was going to use on another pattern in the future, and I don't have any plans to start it yet. So I used it on this. And it's perfect. I'm in love. This is 20 count, I think. And I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And look how far I got already. I have the beak done, and instead of starting in the middle like I did the first time, I started in the left corner, upper left corner, and I worked my way. So the beak is done, the top of her head is done, and I'm just spreading out. I even got some of these speckles done already. So I'm cutting the background. The pattern for some reason has, the background is all white, and I'm not stitching white just to fill in the background, but I love it. This has like become one of my favorite projects now just because I enjoy it so much. So I'm pretty happy. I'm a happy girl now. That was 500 stitches. So that was a pretty good solid start. That's all I have to share for my September progress, but I do have a bit of an update width-wise. I don't even think I have them all with me, so I won't be able to share them with you, but I'll share the cover photos, the actual picture of the design, because I decided I'm overwhelmed with the amount of whips that I have. You've heard me say this a few different times. And I really want to be in the mid-20s because that just feels like a comfortable amount where you can effortlessly make progress and not even feel like you have to try or, oh, it's been a long time, let me pull this one out. I was just feeling scattered, and I love watching anybody who has a ton of whips. Like, don't get me wrong, I love them. They're probably my favorite floss tubes to watch because you have so much variety to pick from. It's exciting. Personally though, and I know I can't be monogamous either, I can't just have one and go, or I will never stitch. So I realized that my happy number is in the teens to 20s. I'm in my 30s as far as whips go, and age, I guess, if you want to say that. And I'm not happy. So I decided, instead of completely throwing whips out and just calling it a day, I picked 8 whips that would get me into my mid-20s range that I want to just shelf until I finish something else. When I finish something else, one of those whips will get chosen to be put in its spot. As I finish and work my way down, it'll probably take a long time. I know there will probably be some more starts in my future. I do not want to put a hard rule on myself against it, because then I'll probably start another 30 projects next month. But that all being said, I feel really good about my choices, and they're not hard, fast rules. I can bring them out once if there's a day that I feel like I really want to stitch on this particular project. But I'm not going to have them in my rotation or even have a thought or a heart prick of you're neglecting me. It's more like you're in timeout for a reason, and I'm doing this on purpose, and I just feel so much more lighthearted about it. So the question you guys all have in your minds are, which ones am I not gonna see for a long time? Number 1 is my Star Wars Dimensions kit with Luke and Leia. It's on Black Ada. I started it just to stitch on Star Wars Day, which happens to be 2 or 3 days now, so really it only comes out in May anyways. So there's that one, and it might even just come out on Star Wars Day again, but it's one where I do not care if I finish it, when I finish it. I don't really want to bring it out in place of stitching on something else, so those are my reasons for everything. The next one does kind of break my heart a little bit. It's the Evening Mini version by Leonid Afremov, and the reason it breaks my heart is because it was a gift from a friend, and I have enjoyed the colors and I've enjoyed working on it, but it's not high priority right now. So it's probably gonna be high on my list. When I finish something else, it will slide in. So it's definitely not going to be a gone for good whip. The next one is One Nation Under God by Twin Peak Primitives. Again, I started it to stitch on Patriotic Days. That hasn't worked out. I don't know why, if it's just because I'm busy on those days. We've got family things, or, you know, like 4th of July, you're just busy. You're going places, you're watching fireworks, cookouts, and all that stuff. You're not stitching hardly at all anyways. So adding in an extra special project isn't working for me. So as much as I love it, that one's gonna go on the sidelines. The next one's Last Supper. I already talked about that, and that one might actually be gone for good. We'll see. The next is the Shire painting. Again, breaks my heart a little bit, but it's not gone forever. It's just right now. I realized it's already been on the back shelf for maybe a year. I don't think I've touched it since last year, so I thought, why not just put it off longer? This is a really tough decision because of all the whips I have and how many I love, but it's gonna be on the back burner. The next one is Mini Sunset in Venice. That one is just because I'm not enjoying it right now. I just started it. I feel like since I just started it, I'm not leaning into it to try to get progress or a finish. So it's gonna come in after I finish something else. The next one, it has the same story really. Flight of Freedom. It's the Dimensions Gold, and I started it with Catherine from Needleberry Stitcher. and I love it so much. It came in a time of my life I really needed it. But again, I just started it. It's gonna need to be brought in when I can focus on it more. And again, these might come out on their special days. And the last one, I might not hold myself to this one, but it's California Dreaming. The reason this one got shelved is it's so big. It's like 350,000 stitches, and I just started it. I have 1,000, maybe 1,200 put in. So really the only reason that one's put off is just because it's so big, and I want the Grand Library still in my whip rotation. And they're kind of even though California Dreaming is half the size of Grand Library. But I have more done on that one, and I have a little bit more pressure to feel like getting it done in my lifetime because it's so big. I'm not sure if that really is even going to happen. So those are my 8 whips that are going to be put off for the foreseeable future. If this ends up not working for me, I'm breaking my own rule and they're all coming back on board. But for now, these are ones that I'm going to be leaving behind when I go to Florida in the winter. Except some of those are actually down there right now, so silly me, I didn't know. The next announcement I have to make is actually very, very exciting. So I saw this thing, it was just a post on what is it? What are they called? Profile channel on Instagram. I follow this Christian inspirational channel, and there was a quote on there that was a prayer, and I saw that and I thought, oh, I need that reminder every day of my life. And I just put out kind of half jokingly on my story, can someone please chart this for me? I want to stitch this so bad and put it on my wall as a reminder and a prayer to God. And a few people actually reached out to me and said, hey, I have a friend, let me ask her. But then one girl that I've already been friends with, she said, I'll chart that for you. I have a shop, I have, you know, the charting software and all of that, and I would gladly do this for you. And a week later, boom, I got to review it and give a little, you know, input here and there, and then she finalized it. And so I will leave the link to her shop. Her name is Ariana, and her Instagram is elfie.ravenway, and her Etsy is Blue Fox Stitchery, and the chart is called Home Prayer. And I think I'll be changing the colors because I think I want to do a fun fabric. So I got to figure out what fabric I want, and then from there I'll figure out what floss I'll like to put on there. And I need to start that soon because I want to start working on it and get it up on my wall. But it's only $5, and she's a small shop, so if you want, go ahead and buy it, stitch it with me. I know several of people, a couple have already started. I think Leanne from Small Town Stitches started it, and Sharon on Instagram, Sharon aka Firehawk, she started hers the other day. She just messaged me. I know there are a couple others, and so if you want to join us, go ahead and join us. I don't think I have a hashtag. Those don't work very good anyways anymore. So just join us, or if you want me to see it, message me and show pictures, or tag me in your post so I can see it. Tag Ariana so she can share it. I think it would be very inspirational for us to all have this on our walls together, and we'll be praying the same prayer for each other, with each other, and for ourselves, and you know, all that fun stuff. So all that said, I think those are all my plans, or lack thereof. I hope you guys are having a great October, and you've found your pumpkins that you're gonna put on your porch. And I've grown some this year. I still have to go out into the garden and get them and put them out. I'm sorely lacking in fall decor right now, but like I said, it's not my favorite season, so I'm probably trying to avoid it. I do love fall scented candles though, so don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on the season. It's just it hates on me sometimes. So that's all I have to say. I'm pretty sure I'm not leaving anything out. I really hope I haven't. I feel like so much life has happened that I can't even update where we left off or anything, so I'm just gonna leave that part out. And I'm gonna wish you all a blessed week, and stitch like the wind.